Jaco the Clown lives in a delusional world. Each Tuesday, also known as Jaco Tuesday, he is released from the safety of the Acme Mental Hospital in order to host his own podcast show, See My Mind. Welcome to the show.
Greetings, dear viewers, and welcome to See My Mind, the greatest podcast in the world. I'm your host, Jaco.
Jaco, you've got a call from the Fat Duck restaurant in England on line 2.
They must have heard last week's show and want me back. Patch them through, Bobby. Hello, is this my former employer, the Fat Duck?
Well, this is Olivia calling from the Human Resources Department at the Fat Duck.
Splendid. You know, I suppose, for old time's sake, that I could make a guest appearance as your chef de cuisine once again. If you pay for my transportation and hotel accommodations, plus my original 7-figure salary, of course. Now, let's put something on the calendar, shall we?
Mr. Jaco, since your podcast aired last Tuesday, I've checked our records going back to the day we opened in 1995 and learned that you were never our chef de cuisine at any time. In fact, you've never been employed here in any capacity.
I'm sorry. The line is breaking up and I can't really hear anything you're saying. If you can still hear me, have a splendid day and please say hello to everyone for me.
I think maybe we should move to the hypnosis segment now.
That's a fine idea, Bobby.
Okay, Jaco, get comfortable and close your eyes, and when you hear the snap of my fingers, you'll be deep asleep, but still able to hear my voice. And... now, Jaco, I want to take you back to your days as a world-renowned prosecutor.
I like to argue, Dr. Snedley.
When did you first become interested in the law, Jaco?
When I was a young child, of course, I had no idea what the law was. But despite that, I was already in formal training.
What kind of training were you doing?
I argued about everything, Dr. Snedley. I argued about every single show we were going to watch on TV. I argued about every single meal. I argued about everything there was to argue about. Little did I know, I was honing my courtroom interrogation skills to a fine point.
In order to pass the bar exam, you must have gone to law school.
Indeed I did. I received a full scholarship to Harvard Law School when I was 9. I graduated number 1 in my class. Upon graduating, they asked me to join the faculty, but I was ready to begin arguing cases in court immediately.
How many times did you take the bar exam before passing it?
That's a joke, right? The bar exam usually takes people 2 days to complete. But I finished it in around 30 minutes and set a record high score that stands to this very day. Right after passing it, before I even reached my car, I turned down a nomination to the Supreme Court. The court was calling my name, Dr. Snedley.
What was the first law firm you went to work for, Jaco?
I never worked for anybody. I opened my own practice before the ink even dried on my law degree.
how did you prepare for your first case?
The same way I prepare for all my cases. I review all the facts, and then I retreat to a dark room by myself where I formulate my strategy and prepare for engagement. I never write anything down. I much prefer to be spontaneous and unpredictable.
Do you have a specialty, Jaco?
Yes. I specialize in mopping the floor with the defense team and all their witnesses and evidence. I've outwitted and embarrassed them in every single case I've ever prosecuted. And I've never lost a single case.
What strategy do you use to outwit and embarrass the defense?
My cross-examine techniques are considerably unorthodox, yet highly effective. For example, I've been known to get nose-to-nose with witnesses and suddenly impersonate them for, full effect. I mock them to their face, and it rattles them from head to toe to hear their own voice and words. It also shows the jury just how desperate they're sounding to me. Juries love my witness impersonations, and everybody fears my cross-examination. More than once, I've even seen the entire defense team holding hands while I work over one of their witnesses. Pathetic, really.
Do you have a favorite type of case to prosecute?
Yes. I specialize in murder, Dr. Snedley. The only cases I like more than murder cases are mass murder cases. I have a nose for sniffing out the facts and, once again, breaking down criminals during the cross. I make them cry big alligator tears as I dismantle them piece by piece. If you murder in my town, then this is what's coming after you with both barrels. The only possible outcome for you is an orange jumpsuit.
Well, that's just an amazing story, Jaco. Well, thank you for sharing it with me once again today. You created such a beautiful painting of your days as a world-renowned prosecutor, and I know you want to see it, so let's bring you back now. Okay, look deep into my eyes, and when I snap my fingers, you'll be on stage in your unveiling theater. And...
Thank you. Please be seated. Well, good evening, everyone. I'll never forget my days as a prosecutor, fighting crime with my brain and putting the bad guys away in little cages where they belong. Well, now it's time for me to pull the cord to reveal my masterpiece painting entitled The Prosecutor.
And so it was. Please stay tuned for next week's episode of See My Mind, entitled The Lifeguard, starring Jaco the Clown.